All right, here we go. First NFL recap pod of the year. Week 1 is in the books. It is Tuesday, September 9, 11:53 a.m. Pacific when I am recording this. And what a week 1 it was. Um, very, very disappointing week 1 for me, for being honest. Everybody probably knows. Um, Big Seahawks fan, big Ravens fan here, and things went very poorly. We'll get into that more later on because I don't want to crash out before I get everything else handled and taken care of, because if I do, then I'm not going to talk about any of these other games. So let me see what games I watched this weekend. I watched Thursday night Cowboys Eagles. I saw some of Chiefs Chargers, but I didn't see all of it. On Sunday, I watched Bucs-Falcons and Raiders-Patriots in the early window. In the 1 o'clock window, I only watched the Seattle game. And then I watched Ravens-Bills Sunday Night Football. And then last night, when I got home, I watched Vikings-Bears, the Monday night game. I say I watched it. I had it on. I didn't watch a ton of it, honestly. It was just kind of there. I saw some things, but so I don't know how much I'm gonna even talk about that game because I don't really feel like I saw the game. So, but I'm gonna start by just going over some of these scores, and then I'll talk about individual games. So I have Cowboys Eagles, Eagles 24, Cowboys 20 from Thursday. From Friday, Chargers upset the Chiefs 27-21. Justin Herbert was incredible. Sunday, we move. Bucks 23, Falcons 20. Bengals 17, Browns 16. The Bengals avoid the 0-1 start that they've gotten every single year. The Colts 33-8 whooped the fuck out of Miami. Miami stinks. We knew that. We knew that going into the season though. But damn, the Colts. I kind of liked Miami to win this game, honestly. I'm out on the Colts. I liked Miami to win this game. Jags 26, Panthers 10. The Bryce Young thing, everybody was talking about that. Even probably I was talking about that, how he was better at the end of last year. He's not better now. I don't think that's working. Raiders 20, Pats 13. Again, I watched this game, so I'll dive in and talk about that one a little bit more in depth. Cards 20, Cardinals 20, Saints 13. Fuck the Cardinals. Steelers 34, Jets 32. Fuck the Steelers. I guess I didn't. That game apparently was, I mean, not apparently, it ended up being probably the most, enjoyable game of the day, and I didn't watch it, so that sucks. Commanders 21, Giants 6. Oh, my boy Russ, man, come on. What's going on with my boy Russ? 168 yards, 46% completion percentage. Damn it, Russ. Broncos 20, Titans 12. Bo Nix was apparently horrible. Everybody was shitting on him. Numbers: 176 passing, 62.5 completion percentage, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. So apparently that's not going well. Niners 17, Seahawks 13. Seattle, we fucking led most of the game. Controlled, I thought, a lot of the game. The defense, I thought, was incredible, but blew it late. Sounds about fucking right. At least they didn't beat us by like most of these past few years they've come into our building and beat us by like 20 points. At least they didn't do that this time. That's improvement. We'll take that. Packers 27, Lions 13. Again, it seems like everybody thinks Jared Goff was a Ben Johnson merchant because I mean this Lions have 13 points. Goff's numbers: 225 passing, 79.5 completion percentage, 1-to-1 TD to pick. Excuse me. Again, I didn't watch the game, so I don't know. I don't want to say anything about Ben Johnson and like if they're really gonna miss him because I didn't watch it. I didn't see. what it looked like, but that's what a lot of people were saying, is that it looks like Jared Goff is a fucking Ben Johnson merchant. Rams 14, Texans 9. Houston, man, what are we doing? I need you to beat the Rams. Fuck the Rams. I don't know how the fuck 14-9. I mean, no scoring this weekend, really at all. I think I saw some number that on Sunday only like 2 games went over on their point total over under. Or it was yeah, there was only 2 that went over, and it was Steelers Jets and Ravens Bills. Every other game was under on the scoring total. I don't know what the number was for Vikings Bears, but at 27-24, that could go either way. I don't know what the line was, but it could be somewhere around there if it was over under. And then obviously Ravens 40, Bills 40 fucking 1, man. I can't believe I couldn't believe my eyes. But again, I gotta wait to get into that because I am going to crash out when I do. And I would like to talk about Bucs-Falcons and Raiders-Patriots before I crash out, because I had a good time watching these games. Baker for Tampa, Michael Penix Jr. for Atlanta. Man, this was a fun game. As you guys know, I picked Atlanta to make the playoffs. And honestly, even though they lost, I still feel good about that. I feel maybe even a little bit better, because Penix I thought was awesome. 298 passing yards, 64 completion percentage, a touchdown, no picks. I thought the Falcons offense looked really good. Bijan Robinson had 100 receiving yards. Algier led them in rushing with 24 somehow, because I guess they didn't. Yeah, they weren't really giving Bijan rushing attempts, but 124 scrimmage yards for Bijan and a touchdown. And hey, Kyle Pitts was good, man. I don't know what to. Kyle Pitts was good. 7 receptions on 8 targets, 59 yards. Drake London, 8 for 55, 15 targets. That's a lot. I thought the defense for Atlanta looked better. They were getting to Baker. They were making Baker uncomfortable. They got only 1 sack, but they were getting there, and they were making Baker make plays, and it's Baker, so he was making plays, but not a ton of not a ton of plays, excuse me. I'm still sick, by the way. I've been sick for 2 weeks. I'm fucking dying over here. And if you want me to be honest, I'm not gonna edit out coughing, because I'm probably gonna cough a lot. If I have a really bad one, then I will. But those little fucking bitch ones, I'm not editing out, because I don't feel like fucking editing. All right. Baker, only 167 passing yards, but he threw 3 touchdowns, and he threw in 39 rushing yards. Oh, and another thing coming out of this game that made me feel a lot better about my preseason picks: Emeka Egbuka. I had him as my offensive rookie of the year. 4 receptions, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. Led Tampa in receiving. That was a good sign. I liked seeing that. I think he's a really good player. And I picked Tampa to be the 1 seed, and I feel good about that coming out of this game, because I like what I saw from Baker. I like Egbuka. Obviously, we know Mike Evans is a dog. They're going to get Godwin back at some point this year. We'll see what he is, coming off of a fucking snapped in half leg, but we'll see what he can be. He'll probably still be better than Sterling Shepard, who's their 3rd receiver right now. And I like Cade Otton, the tight end. He got no receptions in this game, 3 targets, but I still like him. I still think he's a good option. He's a very good safety valve, I feel like, for Baker. So this game, man, the Falcons had a chance to tie the game at the end, and it was Younghoe Koo, the GOAT, comes on. an incredible timeout by Tampa to ice him, because he kicks the first he makes the first kick, and it's barely inside the left upright. And I saw it go in barely inside the left upright, and I immediately thought, okay, on the next one he's gonna pull it, he's gonna push it, he's gonna try and get that more toward the center. He's gonna push this next kick to get it in between the goalposts. And I thought that was gonna be helpful for Koo. I was like, oh, they just, now he knows how to adjust. He's gonna adjust this kick. It's gonna go right down the middle, and we're gonna go to overtime. Instead, he takes the next kick and he pushes it completely, and he kicks it wide right and misses the kick. And in the end, that was an incredible ice by Tampa, because not only did he miss the second kick and make the first kick, but due to the way he made the first kick is, I believe, why he missed the second kick. I think he tried to push it. He tried to kick the ball more toward the center, and he completely pushed it and missed. And Tampa wins the game. Baker getting them, so this is the fourth quarter summary. Tampa's up 17-13. They punt to Atlanta. Atlanta goes on an 18-play, 91-yard, 8-minute and 46-second touchdown drive. Tampa gets the ball back, and in 5 plays, they go 63 yards in 1 minute and 18 seconds and take the lead back 23-20. That's when Atlanta gets the ball back. They start at their own 14, and in 57 seconds, they get 60 yards in 8 plays to get the field goal attempt from 44 yards out. A 44-yard attempt for Younghoe Koo, and he just completely pushed it. So, yeah, that's just tough. They started the drive with 52 seconds. Penix runs for 12. Timeout. Penix to McLeod for 24 yards. Penix 14 yards to Kyle Pitts. Timeout. 6-yard pass to Bijan. 4-yard pass to Pitts. Incomplete pass because they. Oh yes, this was a great play too. Winfield, Penix he's got his receiver Washington open, and Winfield flies in and makes this incredible play to where if they complete that pass, I think they would have been like in the red zone. Like deep in the red zone, like probably like it might have been like inside the 5, if I remember correctly. And instead, the ball stays at the 26, 44-yard attempt, no good. And then Tampa kneels it out. But I really enjoyed watching this game. I thought Penix was great. 27 of 42, 300 yards. The 1 touchdown only. He was running. I loved seeing him run, because he's not a running quarterback, but he can run. And he did that in this game for 6 attempts, 21 yards. He had that touchdown, the rushing touchdown in the I think it was the fourth quarter one that put him up 20-17, right? Yeah, it was. Where he's diving and he's got the ball extended out with one hand. I'm doing the pantomime. I'm doing the motion right now, even though you can't see me. My arms up in the air. I'm diving like a Michael Penix. He fucking barely gets to the end zone. The ball barely breaks the plane before his knee hits. Fucking incredible. He showed. This is the thing that I have liked the most about Penix in his 4 or 5 NFL starts, is that he's shown the clutch. He's shown the clutch gene. He's shown that already. Because it was against Washington at the end of last year. He showed that he had that clutch drive at the end of the game that I think it would have tied it if they got the 2-point conversion or something, and they didn't get the 2-point conversion, but they had that drive that was late in the game. And then this drive here, both of these drives, the touchdown where he scores the rushing touchdown with 2 minutes, that was a huge, I mean, they got the ball with 11 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock, and they scored with 2 minutes and 23 seconds, just dripping time off that clock, getting the ball down the field. And then the fact that he got them back down to get a 44-yard field goal attempt. They get the ball with 52 seconds left, and he gets them in field goal range. A 44-yard field goal. It's not even like they were asking Koo to go make like a 57. It's 44 yards. He just missed the kick. You can't put that on Penix. You can't really put that on unfortunately, on anybody but Koo. But you know, I'm not one of those guys that people love shitting on kickers when they miss kicks. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not gonna sit up here and say it's all Koo's fault that if, you know, shit happens, he's going to miss kicks. So I'm not going to blame him completely and solely, because Atlanta did have missed opportunities in this game. They had a lot of drives that should have probably resulted in points that just didn't. This one here, they turned it over on downs. They go for it on a 4th and 1. Trying to run it with Bijan, they don't get it. They should have got that. Yeah, I think that's probably about all I've got on that game. Very fun game. I'm probably going to be watching these two teams a lot this year. There's a few teams that they're on my radar. They're like my League Pass NFL teams, if League Pass was a thing for NFL, which it is, Sunday Ticket, but they want like a ridiculous amount of money for that shit, so nah. But it's Falcons, Raiders. Those are my two, like, they're not the Seahawks and the Ravens, but they're above like everybody else. Falcons because of Penix, Raiders because of Geno and Pete. And then you've got the Bucs, who I just think are fun as fuck to watch. Because I think Baker's good. Baker's great. They're fun. Damn near that's it. It's just those three. Damn near that's it. Because I mean, I'm looking at the rest. Fuck the Bengals, the Jags maybe. I'm a Jags guy still. I do still like the Jags. Throw the Jags in there, even though I didn't even consider watching a second of that game. But fuck it, throw them in there too. I'll move on now to Vegas and New England, where Geno Smith. It's a hard thing for me because I've been anti-Geno, I've been pro-Geno. When the Seahawks traded him, I wasn't happy, but I wasn't sad. It was more of a we'll see what they do. And then we signed Sam Darnold, and then I was upset. I was like, this was dumb. We should not have done this. And then we drafted Jalen Milroe, and I was like, okay, now I'm kind of back. I'm like, let's go. That's the future. You know, we could. Whoa, hold on here. Breaking news, mid NFL pod. Josh Giddey, 4-year, $100 million deal to re-sign with the Bulls. $100 million for my boy. Let's go. Anyways. Oh, fuck. Anyways. Geno was incredible in this game. And he was just Geno. He was doing everything that I was watching him do in Seattle. Literally all of it. 24 of 34, 362, 70% completion. That's all the good. A really dumb interception, and he took 4 sacks. That's bad. That's Geno, though. That's Geno. And I'm watching this game, and I'm watching Geno take these sacks, and I'm like, these look a lot like the same sacks in Seattle. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Is because that's been a huge problem with the Seattle quarterbacks for a long time. Is that they always take a lot of sacks. And I'm watching Geno take sacks, and I'm watching, Russ. Russ has been taking sacks. And then you see Sam Darnold, and he only takes one sack against the 49ers, and it's like, okay, is there something to the idea that maybe this offensive line in Seattle is not good, but is there maybe an idea that, Russ and Geno just both take a lot of sacks? Maybe they contribute to it a lot more. I know Russ contributed to it a lot more than people realized, but maybe Geno did as well. Besides the point, I really liked the Raiders offense. Brock Bowers was awesome. Ginty, 19 attempts, only 38 yards, but he did get a touchdown. Their opening drive for the Raiders was just a beautiful display. Geno was awesome. 23 yards to Hawkins. Ginty gets 9. Geno to Thornton for 9. Ginty for 4 yards. Incompletion, 5-yard penalty. And then Geno, 26-yard touchdown to Tucker. Extra point is good. And after that, I'm like, oh shit. The Raiders, they're just gonna drive this game. They're gonna kill these fuckers. And then they started doing it again. Ginty 9 yards. 4-yard to Myers. Geno takes a sack. 24 yards to Myers. No gain, incomplete. 23-yard pass on 3rd and 10. Incomplete. And then this is when Geno throws the pick. And then the game kind of shifted a little. Geno throws the pick. It looks like the Raiders are just going to dominate this game. Geno takes the sack. Geno throws the pick. Trying to get it to Bowers. Hawkins just jumps it. And then the Patriots go down and score. And May was good on this drive too. 27 yards to Henry. 24 yards to Booty. Booty was fucking nuts in this game too. What was Booty's numbers? Booty had like 100 yards, bro. He was fucking cooking. 6 receptions, 103 yards for Booty. Shout out to fucking Booty, man. He was cooking the Raiders defense. And New England had a few missed opportunities here as well. Missed field goal from 40 yards out. A 40-yard field goal missed. Then they go back and get the next field goal from 35. Punt, Raiders. Punt, Patriots. Then the fucking Raiders miss a field goal from 58 with 2 seconds left on the clock. So in the half, I should say. So that's not a problem. And then another pick, a pick for Drake May, which leads to a Raider touchdown, where Geno, 34-yard to Myers, 23-yard to Myers, Ginty 4, Geno 7 to Mayer, touchdown for 3 yards, Ginty. Just a methodical approach from Geno. He was just slicing and dicing. He was making those deep throws that I've watched him make all of these last 3 years. And that's the thing that I'm the most impressed about with Geno. His completion percentage is always around 70. I think his lowest completion percentage across his last 3 seasons at the end of the year, his total completion percentage, I think the lowest was 68. He's always in and around 70. And he throws, he's not just dinking and dunking. He's throwing deep balls. He's letting them fly over the middle. And he throws them with such precision and accuracy, man. He's just, if he didn't do the dumb shit, he would be so good. But honestly, I mean, that's the conversation about Geno since he got drafted, is the dumb shit. And his whole career, it's been well, Geno does the dumb shit. And he throws picks, and he off the field he was doing dumb shit. He doesn't do the off the field dumb shit anymore, obviously. He's grown and matured a lot. He's not fucking getting his fucking jaw broke by Ike and Umpali anymore. But yeah, I thought Geno was good outside of, he played, like I said, he played a prototypical Geno game. A lot of passing yards, very good completion percentage, but he did some dumb shit. That's just kind of the Geno Smith experience. And when he's rolling and he's doing all the good stuff, you're watching him like, this guy's a top 10 quarterback. This guy's a top 7 quarterback. I don't know why did Seattle trade him? How did this guy get lost for 8 years? What is going on? And then you see some of the dumb shit he does, and it's like, okay, that's why Seattle traded him, because he throws picks a lot, and because he takes a lot of sacks, and he makes boneheaded plays just kind of out of nowhere. He'll be, a crazy drive. He's throwing dots, and then he just lofts a ball that gets easily picked, and you're like, what the fuck was that? He looked like fucking prime Aaron Rodgers, and then out of nowhere, he just makes a Will Levis-esque play. Like, goddamn. And I was impressed with May as well. 287 passing yards, 65 completion percentage, a touchdown, a pick. I was impressed with him. I thought he looked comfortable. I thought he looked good. I like the way he throws the football. I like him running as well. I think he's a good runner. He ran 4 times, only 11 yards, but I think that's something in his game that he will pick up on as time goes. Again, he spread the ball around very well. Booty 6 receptions, Hunter Henry 4, Diggs 6 receptions, Henderson 6 receptions, Williams 1, Ramondre Stevenson 2, Austin Hooper 1, Matt Collins 1. Drake May had a reception because because he had a ball, he threw a ball and it got batted around, and then he caught it and ran it for 2 yards. So he threw a pass to himself, which is hilarious. Only one receiver that got a target didn't get a catch. That was Gibson. He lost a fumble. Or he fumbled. Looks like they got back on it. Campbell got back on it. But I thought he was good. I thought he looked poised. I thought he looked confident. I thought he looked comfortable. Despite the fact that he got sacked 4 times. He never looked, I didn't think he ever looked like shaken, which I think is a good sign for young quarterbacks. I really liked what I saw out of him last year as well, but I think, like I said in my predictions, everybody was loving New England. I don't think people realized that this is still the Patriots. Their roster's not that good, and May is a young quarterback, and they're gonna get better this year. They're not gonna win 3 games or whatever, but they're not gonna be a playoff team yet. They're building the foundations, and I think they have a good foundation. But I do think teams like the Raiders are better than them right now. And that's why I have the Raiders in and the Patriots out. And this game obviously makes me feel a lot better about that, because the Raiders are 2 games up on them now in the wild card, essentially, being 1-0 versus 0-1, plus having the tiebreaker. I know it's way too early to be talking about tiebreakers and wild card races and shit like that and how many games up you are, but whatever, I'm crazy. Niners Seahawks is what we'll talk about next. And this game, oh man, everybody on Seahawks Twitter was just shitting on Sam Darnold and saying how awful Sam Darnold was. And I'm going to be honest. I'm mad about this game, obviously, because we lost to the Niners, and I hate the Niners more than I hate anything else on this earth, damn near. Like, the only thing I might hate more than the Niners is my own life. But the Niners, I thought we looked like the better team. Or I thought we looked like the more in control team in this game. The Niners looked like, this is what I thought. The Niners looked like a little bit more of a talented team. They looked like they had more star power and more, more of that. But I thought the Seahawks looked a little bit more prepared. I thought the Seahawks seemed more in control, more calm and collected. And we just, we lost the game. And there was some cause for concern for me, because here's the deal with these running backs. We know Walker is great. Walker's got all the talent in the world, and Walker's a dog. And I don't think Charbonnet is, a lot of people talk about Charbonnet like he might be like a really like legit, like great back. I don't see that. But there's something about both of these guys that there's just Charbonnet's carries are always more productive. And I don't know why. I don't know if the line blocks better when he's in there versus when Walker's in there. I don't know if Walker just can't find the hole. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But every time Charbonnet gets the ball, he's finding a crease or he's creating a crease. And he wasn't great in this game. 12 carries, 47 yards, 3.92 average and a touchdown. That's not great. But when you look at Walker, 10 attempts, 20 yards, 2-yard average, it's significantly better. And I don't know why that happens. I don't know what the deal is with Charbonnet. I don't think he's better than Walker, but he's always more productive than Walker. And I hope that changes, because Walker is clearly the better player. He's clearly the more talented player. If we got him going to his potential, the offense would be, way more wide open. It just hasn't worked. It didn't work really all of last year. It didn't work in this game. And I don't know what to do. Because, I don't really want to trade him, because he's a very good player. He's a valuable player, and I don't think we're going to be able to get his value. Because if he has another down year to the point where Seattle's like, okay, we're willing to trade him, his value is going to be significantly lower than it would have been if we moved him this offseason. So I don't know what you do there. JSN, absolute dog. 9 receptions, 13 targets, 124 yards. He had a 40-yard catch. He was incredible. He was open every play, and Darnold was hitting him on the money. And that was a big bright spot to me, is that the Darnold JSN connection is already there, because you worry about that sometimes. We talk about AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, and it's like the connection just isn't really there. Jalen's not really looking for him because they probably just don't. There's something up there. Sometimes you can have a great quarterback and a great receiver, and it won't work because the connection isn't there. And obviously, Sam Darnold is probably not a great quarterback. I think JSN's a great receiver. But it's good to know that those two guys are on the same page already. I feel good about that. I feel confident about that. The problem is everybody else. Cooper fucking Kupp, 2 receptions for 15 yards. Elijah Arroyo, the rookie tight end, 1 reception, 7 yards. Ken Walker, 3 receptions, 4 yards. AJ Barner, 1 reception, 0 yards. And that makes up that's the receiving numbers. JSN had 9 catches, 124 yards. Everybody else combined for 26. So that was bad. I know this is going to sound crazy. I watched this game, and I wasn't really concerned. Like, I thought the Seahawks played a good football game. The defense was incredible all day long. 2 picks on Brock Purdy, making big plays, making big tackles, not letting the Niners get those run after catch yards that they have, dominated us on in these last 3 or 4 years. I thought the offense, obviously the receivers need work, and we have to figure out what's going on with Walker. But I thought Darnold looked good. I thought he looked poised. I didn't think he was bad. A lot of people thought he was bad. I didn't think he was bad. I watched that game and I thought he was Darnold. He was Sam Darnold. And you know, if this was a loss against any other team, I would have just chalked it up and been like, all right, that's fine. But because it's the Niners and I hate them so fucking much, I'm pissed. But the smart, sensical brain that lives up here somewhere is telling me like I'm not worried, I'm not panicked, because the only thing that I really saw that I absolutely fucking hated was Tariq Woolen. And man, there's just this guy. He's one of those frustrating guys because he's got all the talent, he's got all the intangibles, and he's got all the tangibles, I should say. He's fast as all hell. He's got those long ass arms. He made a crazy great play in the red zone where Purdy's got his guy wide open. It's about to be an easy touchdown. But instead, Woolen somehow closes the gap and gets his hand up and deflects the ball. And it's like, I don't know how many corners there are in the league that can have that kind of closing speed combined with that length that can go make that play. But the rest of the game, he's just getting burnt and cooked and sauteed, bro. And that final touchdown, I saw that ball go up in the air and I thought, oh, we got him. I was like, it's over. I'm like, we're gonna get the stop, because I saw that ball go up in the air and I saw where it was heading and I saw who was over there, and I'm like, Reek, it's a gift wrap, bro. Just fucking make the play, bat it down. He goes for the pick and he doesn't even go aggressively for the pick. He doesn't like go forward to try to pick it. He's waiting for the ball to come to him. His hands are behind, damn near like behind his head. He doesn't go up aggressively for it at all. He's expecting it to just come. And the fucking tight end, whatever the fuck his name is, this random guy who just cooked us after George Kittle went out, and this guy just starts cooking us. And he fucking goes up and he aggressively pursues the ball, goes up for it, and steals it right away, and it's a touchdown. If Woolen just puts his hands forward, makes a play on the ball instead of trying to fucking wait for it to come to him, that's a deflection. What does that lead to? Does that lead to... That leads to fourth down, I think. Or does that lead to or was that fourth down? That leads to fourth down. It would have been 4th down and 3. And, you know, we'll see what happens from there. But I'd much rather be in that spot than where we ended up. And then on the last drive, again, I know it didn't end well, but I liked what I saw on the last drive. Darnold to JSN, 11 yards. Incomplete pass. Darnold to JSN, 40 yards. Get it to the 14. A 5-yard penalty after an incompletion for offsides on the defense. Walker run for no gain on second and 5. And then it's the sack fumble, or the fumble, where Darnold is going to wind up, and Bosa has forced Abe Lucas into him, and he loses the ball, and Bosa recovers. But I mean, we were right there, 2nd and 5 at the fucking 9-yard line. We were right there. The offense was right there. They got the drive. They did it. They got it. You know, had a chance to go in and win the game. And, you know, Bosa made a play, and that's fine. I'll live with that, because, you know, this is gonna end someday. All right. I know it's hard right now for us Seahawks fans because we lose to these fucking guys every year. We haven't beaten them at home in Lord knows when, and we're gonna have to wait another year at least. But, you know, it's gonna end. The Niners they're on the downswing, and Seattle, we're on the upswing. I know it. I feel it, because I watched these two teams play, and I thought, man, the Niners are beat up. They were all getting hurt already. And I watched Seattle's defense flying around and making plays and being aggressive. And you know, there's an offense problem. That's a fact. That I can't deny. But You know, maybe 2-3 years from now, Jalen Milroe solves the offense problem. So, all right, I'm gonna be honest here. I've been recording for 40 minutes, and I'm fucked. My throat is fucked. I gotta pause. I gotta take a break before I do this crash out on this Bills Ravens game because I can't. I don't want to give a half-hearted effort because I've been trying so hard these last 2 days or this last day to not crash out about this game because believe me, I could have 17 times because I've been waiting to save it for the pod because I want to give you guys a genuine reaction to this. I want you to I want this crash out that I'm about to have is how I crash out after every bad loss my teams have. And I don't feel like I've given you guys a proper one yet. I mean, I gave you kind of got one after game 6 of the finals. But I want to give a good one because I need this right now, okay? I need a good crash out. Because not only am I mad about this football game, but I'm mad about my fucking work life. I'm mad about my fucking every other life. Things aren't going, I'm not happy right now, okay? And I know OKC, we just won a championship, and I'm happy about that, and I'm going to OKC in October for ring night. But I'm still not fucking happy, okay? Maybe I'm greedy, maybe I want too much, but I gotta get this crash out off my fucking chest, and it's gonna be about this damn game, and I'm gonna do it right, but I'm fucked, and I gotta take a break. I gotta go get some water. I gotta go fucking relax a bit. And for you, it's gonna be fucking 0 seconds, and I'm gonna start talking right away again. But I'm just letting you know there's gonna be a cut because I'm going to take a break so I can fucking do this right. Okay? Okay. All right, I'm back. I'm a shot of Dayquil deep, and I'm fucking fired up now, boys. Bills 41, Ravens 40. What the fuck happened? All right, let's talk about it. It's 40-25 with 4 minutes left in this football game. With 4 minutes left. All the Ravens have to do is run the clock. Up 8. Lamar Jackson, 13-yard run, 1st and 10. Derrick Henry fumbles the ball. Derrick Henry fumbles the ball. Derrick Henry never does this. Derrick Henry fumbles the ball, gives the Bills the ball at their 30-yard line, and they score fucking like it's nothing. Like it's fucking nothing. 29-yard pass to whoever the fuck that guy is. 29-yard pass in one fucking play. The Ravens stuff them twice. The clock runs all the way down to the 2-minute warning. All the way down to the 2-minute warning. They score. 2-point conversion fails. It's no good. Incomplete. Now all the Ravens have to do, again, really this time, is run the clock. There's 2 minutes left. You need one timeout. You need one first down. You need one first down. Derrick Henry run, 1 yard. Buffalo timeout. A fucking jet sweep to Zay Flowers. No gain. Buffalo timeout. Lamar Jackson, 6-yard pass DeAndre Hopkins. Short. It's 4th and 3. Buffalo timeout. It's 4th and 3. This is the game. And the fucking terrorist that is John Harbaugh punts it away and gives it to Josh Allen and says, "Here you go, Josh Allen, MVP of the league. Go win the game." And he did. Because of course he did. Because when you have an MVP, when you have a great player at quarterback, you let them dictate the game. And he didn't do that. You know why? Because he didn't let Lamar throw the ball until 3rd and 9. And then when he did, guess what? Positive gain, 6 yards. He probably should have got sacked on that play too. The Bills defense, they got in. But no, he steps up, he gets rid of the ball, and he gets 6 yards, and it's 4th and 3. And you know what? John Harbaugh took the ball out of his hands. Another thing about that 3rd down play. The most obvious roughing the passer I have seen in the last few years. Roughing the passer is such a weird penalty now because nobody knows anymore what it is. It used to be late hit on the quarterback. Roughing the passer used to be if you just hit the quarterback late as fuck for no reason, ball's been out of their hands and you just hit them. That's roughing the passer. Now there's all these fucking rules of like you can rough the passer and the quarterback still has the ball. You can get a roughing the passer on a sack. That doesn't make fucking sense. He's still got the ball. I'm fucking making a play. It's all there's all above the shoulder, the helmet, the weird shit. Like it doesn't make any sense. But this roughing the passer is roughing the passer. It's a proper roughing the passer. He's so late. And they got all this shit about the wind up and you know, if a guy winds up and then if he does or doesn't pull back, this guy winds up like a motherfucker, doesn't ever pull back, hits Lamar like a fucking freight train. Lamar's had the ball out of his hands. Lamar's damn near taking a step. He gets fucking crushed. No flag. 2 referees are standing right fucking there. You can see them watching the play happen, and neither one of them even fucking reaches for it. But I'll tell you what, if that was Josh Allen, 18 flags are flying. They're throwing flags from the secondary. If it was Mahomes, they're flying flags from the secondary. Joe Burrow, flags are coming from off the field. The fans are throwing flags. But when it's Lamar, who cares? Fuck it. We're referees. We're in Buffalo. We don't want to get beat up on our way out of the stadium by these fucking obnoxious, awful Bills fans. So we're not going to throw the flag, and we're going to give the game to Buffalo. All right. Fine. Whatever. Just... Oh my god, man. I've seen this story a million times. Literally. If you have my Snapchat, which the link should be in the description. I had a weird thing on last week's pod. It wouldn't let me put links anymore. And I forgot to check if they fixed it or not. So I don't know if links work yet or not, but I might have to redo the verification. But point is, up on my Snap. Oh, and that video, by the way, if you want to see the Lamar hit, that video is on my Twitter. So go to my Twitter if you want to see this. If you want to see this fucking ridiculous hit I'm putting it up on Twitter right now. It's already on my Snap. I'm putting it up on Twitter. It's up. If you want to see this hit, go to my Twitter. It should be my most recent tweet, or at least one of them. And watch this fucking video because it's absurd. But this graphic of the Ravens and all of our blown leads in the John Harbaugh era, and I've seen it so many times, these games that we've lost, that we've had no business losing, these big leads that we've blown. I mean, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 leads blown that are either in the fourth quarter or that are multiple scores in the third. Blown, all of them. Lost. 35-14 up on Miami, lost. 20-3 up on Buffalo, lost. 20-10 up on the Giants, lost. 19-10 on the Jags, lost. 10-0 on the Steelers, lost. 24-9 on the Browns, lost. 23-13 Raiders, lost. 13-3 Pittsburgh, lost. 20-10 New England, lost. 21-7 Pittsburgh, lost. 13-3 on Pittsburgh, lost. 28-14 on the Patriots in the AFC fucking championship game. Or in the divisional round. 28-14 on the Patriots in the divisional round. Fucking lost. 21-9 Cleveland, lost. 20-10 Pittsburgh, lost. 17-7 New Orleans, lost. 17-7 Pittsburgh, lost. 21-10 Tennessee, lost. 35-14 on Miami, again, lost. Oh wait, no, that's just the same one. Oh fuck, this graphic fucked me. Okay. So it's not 24, it's 20 because 4 of them are repeating right now. But 13-3 Pittsburgh, that's a different 13-3 Pittsburgh from the first 13-3 Pittsburgh. 31-17 Cleveland, lost. 40-25 Buffalo, lost. It's ridiculous. By the way, if we remember Ravens 49ers in the Super Bowl, almost fucking blew that lead too. Let's look at the numbers here. It's 28-6 in the third quarter of the Super Bowl. 28-6. San Francisco, 80-yard drive, 3 minutes. Because John Harbaugh plays prevent defense, and it never fucking works. He plays prevent defense and prevent offense, and it fucking blows the game every goddamn time. And he never learns. And this is in the Super Bowl we're talking about. The Super Bowl. This Super Bowl is the only reason he still has his fucking job. And he almost did the same fucking thing he does every other time. 7 plays, 80 yards in 3 minutes? 28-13. Offense, punt. 2 plays, 20 yards, fucking touchdown. 28-20. The Ravens fumble and recover their own fumble before they have to punt. And then San Francisco gets a field goal. 28-23. The offense finally, now that it's a 5-point game, they finally go out a prevent offense. 12 plays, 71 yards, they get 3. Niners go down and score another fucking touchdown. 5 plays, 76 yards in 3 minutes. 31-29. Baltimore goes the other way and gets a field goal. 10 plays, 40 yards. It's 34-29. Colin Kaepernick on 4th and goal. They get all the way down to 4th and goal. With 1 minute and 46 seconds left, it's 4th and goal. And thank fuck they got the stop. Thank fuck for John Harbaugh they got the stop, because if they didn't, his ass would have been gone in 2017. The Niners get a safety with 2 seconds left to make it 34-31. But this is what we're talking about here. This is not new. This is not like this is not this is it's I'm lost for words. This has been happening the whole time. It's not Lamar. This happened pre-Lamar. This is John Harbaugh. This is not Lamar. This is not Derrick Henry. This is a John Harbaugh thing. This is what he does. He blows leads. in the Super Bowl. 28-6. And we almost lost. Can you believe that? 28-6. And it ends 34-31? Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. It's utterly fucking ridiculous. And here we are. We're doing it again. In big 2025. We're blowing leads. On Twitter, I found a Facebook post, a screenshot of a Facebook post. When will the Ravens coaches learn prevent defense and prevent offense don't work? 28-7 and now this. Really? Let me pull up the game that this is in reference to. This is a Baltimore Ravens Houston Texans game. And let me list off some of the names of the people that played in this game. Just to give you, I'm not giving you the year yet, but I'm just, Joe Flacco, Ray Rice, Anquan Bolden, LaRon McClain, my boy, Usman Zada, Ladarius Webb, Haloti Nada, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Willis McGahee. Let's go to Houston. Matt Schaub is the quarterback. Arian Foster, Owen Daniels, Andre Johnson, Jacoby Jones before he was a Raven, Brian Cushing, Kareem Jackson, Vontae Leach, this is from December 2010, guys. December 13, 2010. It was 28-7. The final score is 34-28. The Ravens actually won. But it was 28-7. Let's see this. 28-7 in the third quarter. Houston field goal. Ravens 28 or it's what the hell? Yeah, 28-7. Houston field goal 28-10. Punt. Houston field goal 28-13. Punt. Houston touchdown 28-20. Punt. Houston touchdown 2-point conversion 28-28. Go into overtime. Ravens punt. Interception. And it's returned for a touchdown. So the Ravens get the ball first in overtime. Punt. Give the ball to the Texans. And thank fuck for them. They were playing Matt Schaub and the 5-8 Houston Texans. Because Matt Schaub throws a pick, and it gets returned for a 12-yard touchdown, and the offense doesn't even have to do anything. And the Ravens win the game. 2010. It's the same problems, you guys. And they do it in games that they still win. Remember the Dallas game last year? Where we were doing this to Dallas. We were cooking them. We were kicking their fucking ass all day. And then bam! They were back. And I'm watching this game and I'm going, "Oh my god, we're going to do it again." It's 21-3. Look at this. 21-3 in the second quarter. Then it's 21-6. Then it's 28-6. It's 28-6 in the fourth quarter of this game. Dallas scores a touchdown. Doesn't get the 2-point conversion. Dallas scores another touchdown. Doesn't get the 2-point conversion. It's 28-8. Dallas gets 2 possessions in a row because look at this. I remember this. They fucking they fumbled the kickoff. So Dallas scores a touchdown, they kick it off, and we fumble on the kickoff return, and they get the ball right fucking back. 7 plays, 56 yards, a minute and 46 seconds left. Or a minute and 46 seconds off the clock. 28-18. Punt. The Ravens actually get the ball back. 3 plays, 7 yards. Punt. Dallas gets the ball back, scores again. 28-25. The Ravens get the ball back and actually successfully run the clock this time and win the game. But this is not this every fucking year, every fucking time. The thing that makes me the most angry about this fucking game and these last few playoff losses is that I watch these games and I for the whole fucking game, I say the Ravens are the better team. Lamar Jackson is the better quarterback. He's better than Allen. He's better than Mahomes. I don't care what you think. He is. I know what I see with my eyes, and I see that Lamar Jackson is the best football player on the planet. That's what I see. I see the best player in the world on the best team in the league. That's being coached by a fucking moron. We're better than Buffalo. We were better in the playoff game last year and we lost. We were better in the game on Sunday and we lost. We're better than them. We just always lose. We're better than Kansas City. We were better than Kansas City last year in week 1 and we lost. We were better than Kansas City in the AFC title game in 23 and we fucking lost. Because of self-inflicted wounds, and those things happen when you are poorly coached. And I said it about Pete Carroll for years at the end of his time in Seattle, that the reason that Seattle was always at the top of the league in penalties is because of the coaching. That the reason that Seattle has the worst offensive line in football every fucking year is because of coaching. And this is the same fucking thing. This team is not disciplined. They are not well coached because the coach is a dumbass. He doesn't know what he's doing. He does not know how to manage a football game. His time management is awful. It's the worst I've ever seen because you know why? Because he's been doing this. He's been the coach since like 2007. And he's making the same fucking mistakes. Nothing has changed. He's the same dumb fucking guy that doesn't know how to manage the clock, that doesn't know how to protect the lead, that thinks prevent defense works. It doesn't, because every comeback starts the same. Every comeback every time we blow a lead, it starts the same. It starts with that prevent defense, and the opposing team scores in like 2 minutes. They go to whole field in 2 minutes. Because they just give them all the space to work with in the world. They score in 2 minutes, and now the other team starts feeling it. Their confidence is back now because they've been getting their fucking asses smashed in all game, and they just got the easiest touchdown drive of their fucking life because of this dumbass prevent defense. Because for some reason, John Harbaugh thinks it works. It doesn't. It's the same fucking thing. It's every year. And you know what makes me the most upset about this is that I know how this story ends. I know that by December the Ravens are winning the Super Bowl. We're back. Lamar Jackson's getting his ring. We're better than the Bills. I don't care about week 1. We're better than Kansas City. We're better than the Chargers or the Texans or whoever the fuck else. The Raiders. We're better than all these fucking teams. And we're going to just smash our way to the playoffs and we're going to win the Super Bowl. And January is going to come. And we're going to win a wild card game. And I'm going to be on my shit. And then we're going to either go into Buffalo or go into Kansas City, or one of those teams is going to come into Baltimore, and it's going to be another just abhorrent game where I watch the entire time and I think, we're the better team, we're going to win this game, we're going to pull through, we're going to find a way, and we're going to blow it. Because something dumb happens, something fluky happens, and I'm going to have to listen to John Harbaugh on a fucking post-game press conference. Just bullshit his way through it. I can't do this anymore. He's got to go. He has to go. I don't know what else. There's no other option. It's over. This is ingrained in the Raven culture now, is blowing leads. It's ingrained in the culture. You can't just get rid of that. You keep doing it. It's dead. It's done. Get rid of John Harbaugh. There's no alternative. It's over. We have Lamar Jackson. We have one of the all-time great quarterback talents, all-time great quarterbacks there's ever been. And we're going to fucking let him go ringless because we're stuck with a fucking douchebag John Harbaugh that's fucking done nothing in 15 years. And the one crowning achievement of his career, he almost fucking blew the lead then too. It's not fucking rocket science here, people. When you do the same fucking thing over and over again, nobody's going to believe you when you say you're going to change. And the Ravens have done this over and over and over again. And every time John Harbaugh has to go up there and say, well, we learned something today, we can do better, we won't let it happen again. And then guess what? They fucking let it happen again. And everybody is fucking sucking Josh Allen's fucking cock right now, bro. Everybody. Chris fucking Collinworth gets on there and just fucking slobbers him for fucking 3 hours. And at the end of the game, he fucking says, is there any question who the MVP is now? Yeah! Because Josh Allen didn't win that game. John Harbaugh lost it. You know why? Lamar was better. Lamar was better than Josh Allen in this game. Let's run the numbers. Lamar, 14 of 19, 209 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 6 rushes, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Okay, you know what? I'll take my loss on this one. I did not realize Josh Allen had 400 yards. I did. All right. You know what? I apologize. Josh Allen was better in this game. I apologize. 33 of 46, 394 yards, 71% completion, 2 touchdowns, no picks. All right. You know what? That's on me. Although, if you take quarterback rating seriously, Lamar did have a significantly better quarterback rating. 144.41 versus 112.05. I will say that. But I don't take quarterback ratings seriously. So you know what? I apologize. I apologize to you, Josh Allen. I apologize. You were better. Lamar was great, but he was better. You know what? I'll take that loss. I should have looked at these numbers before I started ranting. That's on me. I'll put my hand up and then, say I was wrong. But I still think Lamar is a better player. I'd still rather have Lamar on my team. If I'm starting a franchise right now, I'm picking Lamar and I'm not looking back. Because I don't think this shit is his fault. I think it's John Harbaugh's fault. And I think people are just so quick to judge the quarterback that nobody has thought about that. And Ravens fans have been saying it for years. We wanted Harbaugh gone like I said earlier, in 2017. Ravens fans we were fire John Harbaugh. It's time. Get rid of him. He stinks. And then Lamar comes along and saves his job. And now here we are, and John Harbaugh is repaying Lamar by fucking him constantly by doing this dumb shit. It's just one of those things. This is football. This is what we do. 40 points by the offense, and it wasn't enough. The defense was atrocious. And yeah. This team misses Mike Macdonald dearly. And you know what? I'm just thankful that he's a Seahawk and not, because if he was like a fucking Bengal or, if he was the Titans coach, I'd be furious. Because that's why all the Ravens fans are all like, we needed Mike Macdonald to be promoted to become the head coach to let Harbaugh go. And I'm glad that didn't happen because I'd rather him be here in Seattle. But yeah, Harbaugh's got to go. We got to get somebody else in here. I don't know who it is. I don't know what the name is. I don't know who it's going to be. But it has to be time. It has to be. And it just sucks because we're not going to do it mid-season. We're going to have to go through this whole year with him. And it's going to be the same fucking result where we fail in the playoffs again. And everybody gets to shit on Lamar again for another offseason and say he can't get it done, that he's not that good. He's not as good as the other guys because he can't win in the playoffs. And that he's, the only MVP or two-time MVP without a ring. And he's, this and that. And then maybe they'll fire John Harbaugh and we'll have a chance. It's disheartening to do the same thing every year. And back to the Seattle stuff, like that was why I was so upset with the Geno thing, is that it felt like it was the same thing every year and it wasn't going anywhere. And so when we brought in Darnold instead, I was like, well, at least it's different. And then we drafted Jalen Miller, and it's like, okay, now there's a plan. That's not the point, though. The point is that I hate John Harbaugh, and I hate that I hate him. And Seahawks, in Pete Carroll, they did the same thing. They made me hate Pete Carroll. I love Pete Carroll. That's my guy. Saw a Super Bowl because of Pete Carroll. Changed the culture. Changed the brand. Changed the identity of Seahawks football. But it was so bad at the end that it was like they made me hate him because I wanted him gone because I knew we needed him gone for better. And the Ravens have done the same thing with John Harbaugh. Where I fucking hate him now, and whenever he's gone, I'm going to be like, still my guy, John Harbaugh. I know he had flaws, but that was my head coach. And yeah, but they've made me hate him because they haven't fucking ripped off the Band-Aid. because he should have been gone. And it's 2025 and he's still fucking here. Still fucking the Ravens over. Still blowing leads. It's ridiculous. It's a shame. I just could not believe my eyes. It was like, it's just, I feel the same way every time. I'm like, there's no way we're gonna blow this one, right? But every time I see every time that first drive happens with the prevent defense, where the other team goes and scores quick as fuck, I'm like, oh my god, here we go again. I'm like, here we fucking go. I'm like, I'm like, this again? Are you kidding me? And every time I know, I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna lose. We're gonna blow this lead. The idea is, I always know when I see that drive, I'm like, okay, we're blowing the lead. The lead is, multiple scores. It's not gonna be by the end of this game. It's gonna be a matter of can we hold on? Are we gonna blow the lead and win by 3, or are we gonna blow the lead and lose the game? And we lost the game this time. And it hurts, and I hate it, and my thoughts and my feelings have been made very clear, I think, in this pod. But, I'm riding with Lamar. Because I feel like when you have a Lamar Jackson, you have a chance. And John Harbaugh is going to do his damnedest to make sure we don't win the Super Bowl because he's dumb. Yet in the back of my mind, I think we have Lamar. And maybe Lamar can overcome that. And I pray that the Seahawks someday have a Lamar again because, we had Russ. I hope that Jalen Miller can become a Lamar. Because I really do, I do feel bad. Because I do feel like I have become, I talk a lot more about the Ravens than I do the Seahawks. And I promise you, I'm I'm a primary Seahawks fan. Like, I promise. They just don't give me shit to talk about. Because they're not really in the mix. So, I mean, let them get back in the mix. And you think this passion is bad? Like, man, I'm telling you. But how long? I mean, I went 40 minutes, took a break. Now I've gone 35. Hour, what is that? Hour 20 almost. I don't have a certain, like, I don't know when I'm going to be back. I want to do a week 2 predictions pod. I'm off today and tomorrow. Thursday? Maybe I'll record it tomorrow night and put it up Thursday in the morning. I'll do a predictions pod for the week. Go through every game. I should have done it for week 1. My thing with the pod is for the NFL. I kind of want to do a pod like this after the week, recapping the week and going over stuff and going over the games I watched. And then another pod before the next week starts, going over the games upcoming and predicting who I think is going to win, and then keeping track across the year of my record and predictions. But because I was so late getting my season preview out, I didn't get to do that for week 1. And that is my fault. I should have been more on the button. I understand that. I fucked up. So we'll just start it in week 2. Do it then. So yeah. So hopefully I'll be back Thursday. I should be back Thursday. If not, here, I need to, if I don't upload Thursday, I don't start work until 4 o'clock on Friday. So it'll definitely be up Friday, and then I just will have to not predict the Thursday game. So Thursday or Friday, I'll be back predicting the full slate for week 2. And so yeah, that's it.